Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So today we've got some good news and we've got some bad news, depending on who you are, I guess. The good news is that we're not talking about the import drama in this video today. It seems like we've been talking about that a lot recently. Obviously it's been a huge story. It's been like all the talk on Reddit, Twitter, and all that stuff. So hey, taking a video off that'll be nice for everybody. Everyone can kind of catch a breath of fresh air. We can all put our pitchforks down and everything. But the bad news is that today we're talking about CLG, which isn't the most exciting thing in the world to talk about. I think this is actually a pretty interesting story. I think there's a lot to talk about here, but I just always got to get my CLG jabs in there as well. But in this video today, we're going to be going over, maybe a little bit of an update to the mid lane situation for CLG going forward in the season, headed into the second half of the spring split. Talking about, maybe perhaps what's going on a little bit with the team and can some changes that they maybe have coming in the near future as far as jungle, mid, all this stuff going on. Can it help them out in the second half of the season? Are they going to be able to turn things around? But before we get into that, I just want to mention real quick, if you guys have not already, please take a second really quick, smash that like button. I would appreciate it so much. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm, helping my videos channel grow more and more, get out to more and more people. That would be absolutely awesome. It's the best and easiest way to help support my channel and my content if you're interested in doing that. Also subscribe to stay up to date on my latest content so you don't miss out on anything that we have going on in the near future. We've been pumping out a ton of awesome LCS, LEC content, League of Legends, drama, news, analysis, all this good stuff. So yeah, stay up to date on all that by hitting that subscribe button, joining the 6,400 people we currently have going. Absolutely insane. With that being said, let's get right into today's video. So this got brought to my attention. I don't frequent the CLG Twitter account. I believe I follow them. Yeah, I follow them, but I don't know. This didn't really, I guess I saw this tweet, but it didn't really register in my mind. A YouTube comment. I can't remember who it was, but whoever you are, shout out. I appreciate all you guys so much. Helping me out with video ideas, helping me stay on top of everything, because I do my best to stay on top of all the news, but there's only so much. I'm just a single person. I can't catch everything. One of you guys brought to my attention the fact that CLG Academy is playing in the Unified Grand Prix Spring 2021 tournament. Didn't even know this tournament existed. Don't really care that it exists all that much, to be honest. And you can see here their roster of a lot of the usual faces for the CLG Academy team, but then also in the mid lane is CLG RJ. So that got the YouTube commenter thinking, and he brought to my attention that could this mean that Pobelter is going to be returning in the mid lane for CLG? And I started thinking about it and started looking into it more, and I couldn't find out anything necessarily, nothing official, no word yet. I didn't see any rumors, any tweets from anybody. CLG has not said anything about it. RJS did play in this series against Zeus Gaming. You can see that the CLG Academy actually lost, which is a little bit interesting. But they have not tweeted anything out. Pobelter has not tweeted anything out about this. He actually really hasn't even tweeted at all since he has been benched, since he had that drama, that, like, I don't know, suspension, whatever you want to call it, from the team. Just really, really weird, because looking back on it, they had a big falling out. He demands a trade. Obviously, CLG, maybe they tried to shop him around a little bit, maybe not, who even knows. But Pobelter doesn't have much value on the open market right now. Like, honestly, what teams would be really interested? Most of the bottom tier teams have young mid laners that they're trying to give an opportunity to build kind of for the future, and most of the established teams are already very sound in the mid lane with options that they're probably much more comfortable with, or think that are just overall better players than Pobelter. So he's in that weird kind of middle ground of, like, probably not good enough for good teams, but too experienced for some of the not so good teams. If they even did try to shop him around, if they even did try to trade him, I can't imagine he had much value. So then I'm sure at some point him and CLG just both realized, we both kind of need each other, because CLG, obviously, what are they, 1-8 in the LCS right now? They went 1-3 in the lock-in tournament. They were one of the first teams eliminated. They're 1-8 start the LCS season. RJS was not any more of a solution in the mid lane, solving their problems or anything like that. This isn't to say that RJS did terrible. He was obviously put in a weird situation where he is already a rookie. He's already very inexperienced. It's going to be difficult. He's already not on that great of a team in CLG, to be honest. And also, obviously, just not being the scheduled mid laner, he had less time. He's kind of thrown in last minute. Not as much time to practice scrim with the teams, anything like that. And obviously didn't probably even have the full backing of, like, his teammates or his coaching staff or anything like that. And and I'm sure he has his own issues as well. I know we heard a little bit about the double lift drama, talking about how maybe RJS is kind of a toxic dude, maybe has some issues and problems himself. But obviously, again, it's not official. There is no word saying that Pobelter is going to be starting, but I think it is a logical conclusion to come to that Pobelter will most likely be starting for CLG this coming weekend. And I think it does make a lot of sense. If he was having attitude issues or whatever, I think it is something we have not really seen much from Pobelter in the past. So I think it's something that, yes, it is an issue. Yes, you do want to address it. Yes, you do kind of want to combat it head on. You don't want to let those things spiral out of control. You don't want to let someone be able to cause issues in your team or give your coaching staff issues or anything like that. But obviously, he's done his time. He got suspended for like 3 weeks or bench or whatever for 3 weeks. And at some point, CLG wants to, kind of salvage their season as well. They're 1-8. They don't want to just keep things riding out. They don't want to leave a better mid laner in the academy unless they really believed in RGS, if they believe he's the future or whatever. But he definitely hasn't been killing it by any means. But I think now's a great time. Obviously, they have Broxa coming in. They now hopefully have Pobelter coming in. Finn has had some time in the United States to kind of gel with CLG to kind of figure out what's going on. So it's kind of weird that what is this? 3 weeks into the regular season and 6 weeks into the whole season, that this might be the first weekend that we're actually getting the full CLG roster, and it's after they've already had a 1-8 start to the season. Because I didn't expect CLG to be an amazing team this season. I don't think anyone was, picking them to do anything too crazy, but I had them rated as like the 6th or 7th best team. I had them, as a possibility to threaten for a playoff spot. And at this point, I still think they can. I think they can very easily, with Pobelter, with Broxa, with Finn, if everyone's firing at all cylinders. They have Wild Turtle. They have a very experienced, not super talented team, but not a bad team. I think they could definitely overtake GGS, Immortals, FlyQuest, and kind of get themselves at least in the mix of maybe being like a 6th place team by the end of the split. Obviously, it's going to be difficult. There's only 9 games left in the spring split, and they're 3 games back from the team that's in 7th place currently. So it's not going to be easy, and I definitely don't think Pobelter is going to solve all the issues, but I do think Pobelter is worth at least maybe 1 or 2 wins for this team. And I do think, again, Brox is going to continue to get more time, more scrims and practice, and just get his legs underneath him. I'm sure he had some jet lag and stuff. Hopefully Pobelter is going to be coming back with a chip on his shoulder. There's 2 ways you can handle it. You can handle it as like being salty or being upset about being benched or whatever, and just kind of go through the motions, but that wouldn't make sense for him, for the team, for his future. If he wants to continue to be an LCS player, he needs to prove that, 1, his attitude issues behind him and he's ready to go. 2, that he can still be a quality mid laner, especially on a kind of a lower team. It is going to be tough to stand out, but if he can help CLG to like a 4-5 end of the season, that would be a huge improvement from what they've shown so far. Because yes, CLG, it's been hilarious, but not hilarious watching them be kind of just really terribly managed, really terribly coached. Them start out the season 1-8, especially when they have such a veteran team compared to some of these very, very young, inexperienced LCS teams that are being fielded this season. And then just the whole drama of benching Pobelter, him fighting with his coaching staff, whatever, him requesting a trade, which is just like hilarious because where's he going to go? The whole situation was so poorly managed by all the different parties, probably by CLG, by the coaching staff, by Pobelter himself. But hopefully it's at least all coming to a conclusion. Hopefully they can all put this behind him, behind them, because obviously I do believe Pobelter is talented enough to be in the LCS. He's not super, super exciting. He's not like, I gotta watch Pobelter play or something. Like now all of a sudden CLG is going to be an exciting, fun team to watch. But again, from what I've seen of RGS so far, I do think Pobelter, at least right now, is definitely better than him. So I think this will be better for CLG. I think it'll be better overall for the league because, yes, young players getting a chance, getting stage time, getting to play games, scrim with the main team, that's great. And I'm sure these past 3 weeks have been invaluable for RGS. I'm sure he's learned a ton. I'm sure he's gotten better. I'm sure it's going to be a great experience for him in the long term, and maybe one day we'll see him back in the LCS, and hopefully he'll be a better player because of it. But I have no issue with Pobelter coming back. I think it raises the level of the league overall. I think it raises the level of mid lane play, and I think that a rising tide really does lift all boats, and I think every team in the LCS should want teams to be making good decisions about their roster, should want teams to be fielding at least close to the best team as possible. Obviously, you do want to have some slots for developing players and giving players an opportunity and giving players a chance. But when you're CLG, when you're sitting at 1-8, and when things aren't looking so great right now, and you have a better option ready to go in the Academy League who hopefully has had some time to kind of think, to be in academy prison, to think about what he did, to do the time that fit his crime. Hopefully things will get better for CLG. Again, I don't think they're going to be insane all of a sudden. I don't think Pobelter is going to be able to fix all the issues they're having, but I think CLG is too talented of a team to be in 10th place. So as much as I love seeing CLG in last, and I think it's hilarious, and I love memeing them, and I love talking trash about them, I do think they'll be able to turn things around. And I think overall this will be for the better in the end, because I do think Pobelter is a good guy for the LCS. He's got a decent personality. He can be funny. He's pretty talented. Obviously, he's one of the few, one of the more talented North American mid laners out there, which is obviously a hot topic of discussion recently. And if he kind of starts showing up a little bit, starts popping off, he maybe picks up some solo kills, there's going to be more McDonald's memes, more imports memes, all of that good stuff. I mean, it'll be spicy stuff to talk about. He's a guy who gives good interviews. He makes good content. I think overall the league is better when Pobelter's in it, at least. The level of play he's been showing us recently, which again isn't like world class. It's not even like top 3 in the LCS or anything like that, but it's just very solid, middle of the pack. You need to have those players as well. Not everybody can be a Bjergsen or a Jensen or a Perks or whatever. You got to have the middle of the pack players as well. And the old meme for Pobelter is just like top 10 mid laner, and I do believe he is that. I think he's a top 10 mid laner in the LCS right now, so I think he definitely deserves to be in that spot. Again, no shade, no flame to RJS. I don't think he was the worst mid laner in the league. I think he was kind of down there. His stats weren't amazing. He didn't really play that great. But again, he was in an awkward position. He was in a kind of a tough situation. But in the end, it looks like, again, not 100% confirmed. I'll let you guys know if we get any updates or anything like that. I'll be, checking out Twitter, checking out Reddit, seeing who posts whatever. But in the next coming days, do not be surprised at all if you see an announcement that Pobelter is going to be the starting mid laner for CLG this weekend. Shout out to the guy on YouTube who, kind of brought this story to my attention again. I appreciate that so much. If you guys ever have an idea, if you guys hear some news, if you guys have a theory, if you guys hear a rumor, some speculation, whatever, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear it. At the very least, I will, read your I read every single comment. So at the least, I'll see your comment and either think it's stupid or I'll tell you thank you so much, and I'll look into it, and maybe I'll make a video about it. And if it's something you guys think is interesting, something you guys want to hear about, you guys want to see about, we can definitely get that done. So I always appreciate you guys kind of thinking about me, helping me, make my content, make my videos. It's a group effort. It's a team effort. I wouldn't be where I am today without the, help and support of all you guys anyway. So it's just awesome when that kind of stuff does happen. But yeah, don't know for sure, but it's looking like Pobelter is going to return to CLG after a couple weeks in academy prison. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. I would appreciate it so much. Really helps out my channel, my content, way more than you guys probably even know. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about this whole situation? Do you think Pobelter makes CLG better? Do you think they stay the same? Do you think they get worse? Should they bench him? Should they trade him? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on anything we talked about in today's video. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!